about my G's and that. Oi, anyone that is a mod today, make sure you keep getting these lot to slap the like button, man. Let's get these likes up, man. I want at least 500, boy. Alright, what you saying, fam?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. Finally, the Dubai sun has come to London, you know.
Is it? What's it saying over there? What's it saying?
Today's the hottest day of the year still.
Oh, is it? What's it saying?
Still light work to Dubai. I think it's like 31 or something.
Okay, yeah. It's like 43 today still.
Yeah.
Wavy. You know them ones there, bro. You man active in the comments already. I big up everyone watching. See a few man trying to draw me out already, saying something about Goldbridge or something. I don't know. He said
every week.
Yeah, like he said, oh yeah, Mark done you dirty or something. I don't know how I don't know how in it. If he knows how, then let me know in it. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's calm though, innit? Like, what did Goldbridge do? Like, just for banter, you might as well let me know. Not that I care because I'm in sunny Dubai, but I hear you. Big up everyone here. Ak, what you saying though? How you been, my brother?
I'm good, bro. I'm good, man. Just chilling, you know. Obviously, end of the football season. Next season's going to be coming up. We still got Europe in it, and then after the season's going to come back in about 2-3 weeks. But yeah, man, I'm good, man. How much longer you're still in Dubai for a couple of weeks? Yeah,
bro. Hopefully, you know them ones. I'm hearing that they're trying to lock you man down again, fam. That's what I'm hearing. And if you man get locked down again, I might be out here for longer.
Say you man, yeah.
I say you man because listen, I'm not there, fam. I'm not there, really. Listen, I just dipped in it as soon as the thing opened. I dipped because I had a feeling it was gonna close again, bro. Like I really did. So it's one of them ones. Big up everyone as well. My man's watching from Somalia. Let us know, yeah. Let us know where you are watching from. Let us know where you're watching from as well. Wicked, bro. You know that one.
Talk about still lots to talk about.
Man said, "What is Rants hiding in the shades?" Listen, bro, it's hot blood. Man, it blazed in that. Man, listen, I'm good, you know. You get me? But man just came in from bruv. I was in a wavy resort in it, bruv. Man done a little staycation thing. You get me? Yeah. Come on. So man got their Ray-Bans on because I'm in a good mood, fam. You know them, man. You know, man's in a good mood. Man just have to transcend the energy, man. You get me?
Them ones there.
I had to get their Ray-Bans on. I'm not even lit, fam. I'm not even lit. Trust me. I wouldn't mind some Ray with the Ray-Bans on that. Yeah, man. But yeah, we got man them in the.
These time they thought you were lit because you had the glasses on, yeah.
Listen, these men are funny. They always think I'm blazed when I'm not anyway. Man's just listen. You get me? Man don't even smoke like that. So, do you know what I mean? Big up everyone, blood. I'm seeing
Island in that.
That's it. What we got? What have we got in the building? We've got South Africa in the building, Trinidad, Denmark. Who we got? Is it?
Yeah, India.
Right, big up. Mark said overpriced for a relegated player, but United paid 80 million for. Okay, yeah, I'll get to that. South Africa, New Jersey. Rants, you're British. Of course I am. So what? What the hell does that even mean? I'm not in Britain right now, bruv. Man's in Dubai. So when I said you, man, I'm not in England, fam. So if there's lockdown tomorrow, I'm still going outside. You know, so it don't matter. Bronx, New York. Oh, big up. I got family there still.
I know that man Baines has just said that about how the weather's hot today. So we ain't jealous, but you know the UK weather don't hold out. You know.
Listen. It's Noah's Ark tomorrow for you, man. You know that was there. Noah's Ark, blood. That brother. As soon as we get a bit of sun, yeah, there's a thunderstorm on the way, blood. You already know the thing, but big up from Afghanistan, bro. And yo, happy Eid, everyone, bruv. Happy Eid, boy. Afghanistan, a few people don't know. I love that, bruv.
For real, yeah, proper worldwide thing.
Eritrea, come on. Hey, big up you lot still. Somaliland in the building. Yeah, bruv. Hey, big up everyone in the comments. There's all love, bro. You know them ones. India's in the building. JA, St. Lucia, Gambia. Come on. International thing, bruv. Yeah, my man just mentioned if he was smoking, Rants would be locked in if he was smoking. Listen, my guy, you can't smoke like that, man. You're just Dubai, bro. Like, man had shisha day. That's about the hardest thing you can touch in Dubai. You think you can smoke weed here? You're going to jail, my guy.
Yeah, straight up.
You know, like that. Like it's not like that, guys. Trust
Yeah.
me. If you traveled, you would know that you can't bun weed like that here. You're going straight to jail. And you see
Straight
jails here. It's not like jail in England, bruv. You're nicked. Your family don't know where you are. They're not telling no one. You're sleeping on the floor, blood, with a bucket to piss in, bro. And you're there till they feel like letting you out. That's
them places, trust me, the stories I've heard is mad still. Trust me. We have to do a Dubai Chronicles one day or something.
Brother, you know them ones. But my man's gone, yeah. My man said about Harry Maguire. Obviously, we spent money on Harry Maguire. Apparently, Nathan Ake is overrated at 40 million, etc. What do you think about that, bro?
Listen, Nathan Ake, the problem is, yeah, when a team gets relegated, yeah, you automatically think like, oh, this player should only be worth 10M or 15M. But the truth is, in this current market, Nathan Ake, as a Premier League, I wouldn't say he's good enough to maybe be the top 1 or 2 teams in the country in it, but he's definitely good to be a European centre half in it. I feel like 40 M's in this current market
for a Dutch international.
For a Dutch international, you'll take it in it. It's not like he's old. Do you know what I'm saying? He's clearly established. He knows the Premier League as well, and he's got the right attributes aside from his technical abilities, isn't it? You can see he's got attributes in terms of, like I said, they're mental attributes that I always talk about, in it. You can see he's got the ability to, I wouldn't say he not lead the back, but he can definitely organize and reshape if Laporte's not playing. Do you know what I'm saying? He seems like he can bring a little bit of shape into that team. So I think 40 M's is light work. Take it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I'm overpriced. What do you think?
Bruv, how is he overpriced at 40 million, yeah, if Harry Maguire cost 85? Do you think Harry Maguire is twice the player as Nathan Ake is? No chance.
Exactly.
You know them, man. Bruv, think about it. 40 million for a Premier League proven centre-half Dutch international, bro. The fact that he's a Dutch international makes him better than Harry Maguire anyway, just off the bat. You know them ones there, bruv. Because not anyone could just play for Holland, bro. You know them ones. They got a rich history, bruv. You have to have a certain level of basic football fundamentals to play for Holland, period. You know them ones.
For real.
You just have to have a basic football fundamentals, yeah, that Maguire don't have, bro. He's athletically better than Harry Maguire. People are saying, oh, the only thing about Ake is he's quite short or whatever. He's 5'10", 5'11", bro. Cannavaro was 5'9", bro. And the way football's going now, where everyone wants to play out the back, if you're good on the floor and you've got physical attributes, you're cool. Just because he's 5'10", that don't mean he's not good in the air, bro. Do you know what I mean? If Statman Baines is in here, what's his aerial percentage, my guy? Because at the end of the day, 5'10", bruv. I remember Patrice Evra's 5'9", bro. Like he was out jumping everyone. I see him jump on a car the other day, bruv.
Trust me, them heights things are just waffle, because there's bare tall players who are not good in the air, in it. So it's not even, it don't work like that just because they're tall. It means automatically good in the air. Do you know how many tall footballers don't score headers in that? Do you know what I'm saying? Or even defend, depending on where you play. But what I will say though is this is the way Man City moved, is the way not just Man United, but they have a lot of the other teams, basically besides Chelsea, need to move every single, bro. When you get 3 relegated sides, yeah, it should just be like a car boot sale. It should be like you're just going to raid it. Do you know what I'm saying? You're going to take the best of every team because you know you're going to get them at a cut price. And I don't just mean, like I said, Man United, but even I'm surprised Cantwell hasn't been snapped up by someone.
But he will though. He will. One of the promoted teams will probably pick up Todd Cantwell.
But that's the bad thing. I'm surprised he's taking this long because Norwich has been gone for a long time. I'm surprised that some of the Premier League clubs that have been stable, maybe an Everton or something, haven't tried to pick him up. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's a no-brainer. Nathan Ake, as soon as Bournemouth went down, they probably started processing them papers. Do you know what I'm saying? So simple.
100%. Big up Statman Baines. Obviously, always, bruv. In the comments, he said 50% aerial duels. So that's calm. If he's 50%, as long as he's got someone next to him, that's good in the air, bro. He's good with the ball at his feet, and he's quick, bro. He's athletic.
Bro,
that's it. Football's all about partnerships. You know, it's all about partnerships. Do you know what I mean? Like Rio wasn't amazing in the air, but he didn't have to be because he had Vidic next to him. You know what I mean? It just is what it is, bro. Like him, he looks like he's been brought in because Laporte got injured there for a big chunk of the season. They never had a left-sided centre half to replace him, and they struggled in it. So he's probably been brought in to be an understudy for Laporte just in case he gets injured again, bro. And as far as depth goes, that's not a bad signing for £40 million. It's not a bad signing for 40 million. Do you know what I mean? There's people in the comments saying, "Oh, Harry Maguire, he's not better than Harry Maguire." Harry Maguire costs double what he cost. Double. He's not twice the player Harry Maguire is. I mean, Harry Maguire is not twice the player he is, bro. Like, he's not in it. So if you just base it solely on that, £40 million, yeah, is a bargain for a Premier League proven centre half, bro, that can come in and be a squad player for them, because that's what he will be.
And like I said, this is the season, yeah. This is what people don't understand. This is the one season more than any other season in the probably in most of these footballers' careers, yeah, where in most managerial careers, should I say, where they need a squad, where they need a player in every position in it. Because, like, in case people don't remember, because of the way the season's starting 5 weeks later than planned, yeah, and it's still going to end around the same time because of the Euros. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And because of the winter break. So there's pretty much, because of the 4 competitions, there's going to be pretty much a game every 3 days, isn't it? Like, across the board. If you haven't got a team, a squad, forget about your starting 11. You need a squad. Do you know what I'm saying? Your bench needs to be able to rotate and come into that team every single week in, week out. We need to be able to rotate and have 2 players in every position, ideally, in it. At least... You know what I'm saying? The bench has got to be good enough to be able to perform at any point. It can't be like, oh, with our starting 11, we can beat anyone on their day. We need to have a 16 or an 18-man team that can beat anyone on their day. And that's what Man City build. Do you know what I'm saying? Even Liverpool, bro. Liverpool on their bench at certain points had Shaqiri and Origi. Bro, them man do bits when they come on. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's what Man United need. Do you know what I'm saying? That every team needs that, because the fitness is not going to last. You're not going to be able to play that starting 11 that Ollie's been banging out and battering for the last 2 months. You're not going to.
We saw it. That's why we started over the line, bro, because their legs were gone.
Straight
their
up.
legs were gone, and we started over the line, my guy. And that's just what it is, yeah. What City understand is that you need strength and depth. And even Shaqiri and Origi, like you mentioned, they slot in seamlessly into the system for 1 or 2 games. United don't have that. As soon as United get an injury, all of a sudden, all of the good football goes out the window.
Straight.
It goes straight out the window. Do you know what I mean? Statman's come up with more stats saying Laporte's only got a 66% aerial duels and 61 on the ground. Exactly. Do you know what I mean? The thing is, Pep's system, the way Pep builds football teams, yeah, he defends and attacks as a team, yeah. So if you isolate his players, you can get at him. We've seen that with Manchester City. If you isolate their players, you can get at them defensively. The same with Liverpool. If you isolate Trent, players like Rashford have given him the runaround at times if you isolate him. But because they're in such a good system, you only need a certain caliber and a certain style of player to play that. Do you know what I mean? Klopp and Pep don't rely on their players just being individually good for their system. They don't, bruv. Do you know what I mean? The system is more than the player. Ake slots in for Laporte, like for like. He might be a slight downgrade, but he's left-footed. He's probably quicker across the ground, and he'll give them more depth. So he doesn't have to be... It's not a John Stones thing. It's not an Otamendi thing. Do you see what I'm saying?
What do you think for them, man? What do you think they both need to just now... Because I think John Stones... Listen, I think John Stones...
Let's talk about him going to Arsenal. Is that a minute?
He's just wasting his career, innit? Because... And sometimes this is when I think, like, are agents doing their job correctly, innit? Because John Stones, because he's British, regardless of what people think of him, I don't think he's that good, obviously, but he's still got the prestige enough to go to any Premier League club pretty much outside the obvious 3 or 4 in it that don't want him. Do you know what I'm saying? Pretty much every other Premier League club will take him in a snap. Do you know what I'm saying? Which means either John Stones is happy sitting on the bench or the agent's not doing their job, because I know Pep will let him go, surely.
Yeah. Pep's already said, listen, Pep's come out and said, you know what? He's a good guy, this, that, and the other, but you know what I mean? Obviously, he's not happy playing, innit?
Man said he's a good guy, you know?
He said he's a good guy, bro. That was his exact words, really. Pep was just kind of like, yo, he's a good guy, innit? Like, that's what he was saying. So Pep's basically said, I've let him know he's not in my plans, kind of thing. and he's got my blessing to leave. That's how Pep said it. So he'll be out of there, John Stones. He'll probably end up at
what sort of club do you think he's good enough to play for, though?
mid-table.
What? So basically, Everton again. Everton.
Bruv, I don't even think he's good enough to play for Everton anymore. Honestly, I think John Stones is rubbish. I always did think he was rubbish, bruv. You know what I mean? He just loves a Cruyff turn, fam. You know what I'm saying? But he can't defend. I judge defenders on defending, bro. He can't defend, innit? So if someone that's a luxury centre-back like him can't thrive in a top team like Manchester City, that means he's not cut out. He's not cut out for Premier League football, because anywhere else he goes, he's going to get isolated and get embarrassed. Do you see what I'm saying? So he needs to go to a club where he's the big fish, innit? And hopefully his reputation can he can ride his reputation to the end of his contract, bro, because I don't rate, man.
Yeah, because his fundamentals are just not there, innit? Like, that's the problem. Like, when you saw the likes of a similar example of a player who you could say didn't work at a big club, where Johnny Evans, for example, yeah, he had the fundamentals of a good defender, innit? Even when he was making mistakes at Man United, he had the fundamentals. And for me, I was always saying Johnny Evans was a good defender when he was at Man United, innit? But now he's moved to a club where he's respected and honored there, innit? And I feel like Stones needs to go to a club where obviously he needs to be a mid-table club, innit?
Yep.
Ultimately, he needs to go to a club where they're just going to respect him. I don't know where he will go, because most of the mid-table club defense is actually all right. Maybe a Newcastle. Do you know what I'm saying? Newcastle or Southampton or something. But we'll see.
Absolutely. And the next one, bruv. Tangai. Bad boy, like my brother says, bruv. Ndombele, bro. Player that I like a lot. Jose, basically giving him the Pogba treatment. You know what I mean? But we always knew that was going to be the case. As soon as he come across Ndombele, it was always going to be a problem, innit?
This guy's a Spurs fan, yeah? Okay.
Yeah, he's saying that Ndombele is lazy, yeah? Even Poch criticized him. Nothing like Pogba, UK media. Jose hates Jose. I'm Spurs fan. Trust me, I just want work talent. He's like, bruv, listen, yeah? The Ndombele lazy thing is bollocks, innit? Whether he just doesn't suit a certain style of play is one thing, innit? But him being lazy is bollocks, bro. You don't become a professional footballer by being lazy, bro. Do you know how hard?
Not a CDM. You can't be in that position where Ndombele and be lazy.
You see these men calling certain footballers lazy. Have you ever done a preseason in football? Because I've done preseasons and thrown up, bro.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't be lazy and be a professional footballer, bruv. Like, you're running kilometers. Like, a lazy footballer simply does not exist. Certain men just have a certain style of playing that's not conducive to certain systems. There's no such thing as lazy, bro. There's no such thing. You look at Lionel Messi, bruv. He walks around the pitch for maybe 80% of the game, bro.
Yeah.
88% of the game, I think they said. 88% of the game, he's just walking, bruv. He's not lazy, fam. He's economical, bro. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? He just plays the game at his own pace. The pace he plays the game at isn't the same pace that Ronaldo plays the game at, the same pace that Mane plays the game at. Everyone plays the game at their own pace, innit? And different players play at different paces. And some of these styles suit certain teams and certain systems. But I don't like this, oh yeah, he's lazy.
Do you know? I feel like the dumb comments, but yeah, I feel like when it comes to Jose, firstly, I don't think the UK media hates him, innit? I feel like the reality is that they probably love him, innit, and they know how to get I don't think it's a hatred thing. I think Jose's obviously got it wrong with Ndombele, yeah, but I feel he comes from an era of time 10, 15 years ago where he used to be able to push players based on saying things like, you know, basically cussing them publicly, or do you know what I'm saying? And that used to be able to probably fuel motivation. I think I read like an article from, who was it? I think it was Ashley Cole or something under Jose Mourinho, and he used to do that all the time, innit? He used to do that all the time as a way to motivate players, like call them out, and then that motivates them and they become better because of it.
But that only works with certain personalities.
Exactly. And now he's using it with all players as he did at Man United. It doesn't work, innit? But especially with a player who's foreign, who's come into the league, who's already trying to find his feet culturally as well as socially. Do you know what I'm saying? Even beyond football. Do you know what I mean? That's something that people don't realize. Going to move to a new country is not a small thing, you know? Like, do you know what I'm saying? You've got to acclimatize, you've got to learn You got to learn the language sometimes. You got to make friends. It's different. You know what I'm saying? When you've got all them pressures, and then on top of that, you're getting cussed by your manager. It's a lot. You know
it's a mad thing, bro.
I also get Jose. He's probably more like, well, if he's tough, he'll rise to the top. But it's a tough one. Do you know what I'm saying? It's hard to say.
Bruv, listen, I'm seeing the comments. Someone said Rants, but Ozil is lazy though. Ozil is not lazy.
I knew someone was going to say that.
And he said, what about Luke Shaw? Luke Shaw's not lazy either, bro. Do you know what I mean? But you know what Luke Shaw does, yeah? It's like he needs a rocket in it. Like, you know, there's certain people, yeah, in life, a lot of the time, yeah, you're going to take the path of the least resistance, innit? That's what it is. People do, so there's certain people that will do just enough to get by in life, innit? There's loads of people like that. If there's not pressure on them to work harder, they won't work harder. That's what I see in Luke Shaw. That's exactly what I see in him. If he hasn't got a manager that's making him run and overlap and that, you'll just be like, I'll just play this game just calm. I'm not going to do more than I need to do.
Straight.
Do you see what I'm saying? And that's why his best season that we've seen at Manchester United was under LVG. LVG had him running by himself, training with the reserves, telling him, you don't run enough, work harder.
Is that when he won Player of the Year?
No, I don't. No, he won Player of the Year the other time, but that was a sympathy vote. You know them ones. But before he got the injury, when he was playing with Memphis on the left, it was the best Luke Shaw that we've seen in a United shirt. And that was because LVG had a system that both the fullbacks had to get up and down. They had to. Do you know what I mean? And that's what it is. If Luke Shaw isn't told that he has to do something, he just won't do it. He'll just choose the easier route. Do you know what I mean? But he's not a lazy footballer, bro. Like, he's not lazy, bro. I think it's not even that he's a lazy footballer. I just think in life, he's just like, bruv, I'll do what I can get away with. Do you know what I mean? That's just it. I wouldn't say he's lazy, bruv. Like, when you look at man's match stats at the end of the game, most of these footballers run a minimum of, 8 kilometers in a game, bruv. That's not lazy. Most man here can't run 8K.
100%.
You know them ones. So if they're lazy, then...
And bro, it's not... That's what I'm saying. It's not just, even in that, yeah, it's not just... People who have played football, yeah, they know that it's not just running. Like, people look at the stats, they're like, oh, running 8K. Bro, you're running the 8K, but you're also reading the game as well. And you're doing a lot of things that are not necessarily part of these stats that you're ever going to see. Do you know what I'm saying? You're watching a man, especially if you're in a position like Ndombele. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think that's nonsense. Those sort of stats are stupid. But anyway.
Oh, I saw someone in the comments say something about cheeky sport. What is Joel in here?
Probably.
Bro, in here, bro. He always just throws in a comment and then just disappears, blood. Man, like Joel. Old tight Joel, bro. We got Davey here saying that he didn't give Ole enough credit for moving Martial to striker and selling Lukaku. To me, it was common sense, but reality is most managers that came in wouldn't have did it. All pundits criticized him. Bro, Lukaku wanted to leave. He wanted to keep Lukaku, bro. Lukaku said as much. And he wanted to keep Sanchez, and Sanchez wanted to leave. Neither of them wanted to play for Ole. So he didn't really have a choice. That's the honest truth. That's not me not trying to give him credit, yeah? Like, Ole said at the start of the season, Sanchez is going to be an important player for us. He's going to score loads of goals. And then he left.
For me as well, yeah, look. This is the same thing with a lot of young, I'm not going to say young managers, a lot of new managers, you could say, yeah? Like, I reserve judgment on giving people props until I see long-term decision-making in it. End of the day, Ole's only been good for about 6 to 7 months, innit? Like, let's be real, innit? So...
I don't think it's been that long, Akeem.
Oh, even what? Exactly, even less. Sorry, I'm including the flipping...
Okay, yes, yeah.
But even less than that, but even,
man included the pandemic, you know.
Right, exactly. But bro, a lot of it, bro. I don't want to seem like I'm not giving Ole props in it, but a lot of it could just be Ole sitting there and just being like, "Let's just try this. This might work." Do you know what I mean? And then once it works, he's just keeping the same team out there. Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel we're gonna see next season coming up. We're gonna really see what Ole's about in it. That's when we're really gonna see. But until then, bro, come on. It's been a couple of months of good form. Easy. Do you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, bro. But that's what it's been. And you even look at Fred, guys. This is how I know that Ole's jammy, innit? Bruv, remember, Fred was in... Bruv, at one point, everyone was saying that Fred's in the conversation for our player of the season.
Yeah.
And now everyone's fit. Fred can't get a game anymore.
Yeah.
But then loads of people are like, oh, yeah, Ole improved Fred. How? Like, he played Fred because everyone else got injured. He didn't have a choice. Matic was injured. Pogba was injured. McTominay was injured. So Fred had to play. Fred played well. As soon as everyone got fit, Fred can't get a game no more. So how am I giving Ole credit for playing Fred? He didn't have a choice.
Listen, Ole strikes me as one of their managers, yeah, who's like he wins, yeah, and he'll keep the same team because he's afraid of mixing. Do you know what I'm saying? And I feel like the case in point is when what happened in the Chelsea game, innit? And from there, I was just like, as soon as he realized, all right, we're not playing too well today, bro, he switched everything back to exactly what he done before, innit? And I feel like this, even I'm not even gonna say next season, this European campaign, innit? This next month, we're gonna probably see how well can Man United cope in it. We're gonna have a few changes in the team. Romero's gonna come back in. You're gonna see Agallo probably play a lot more because that's ultimately our European setup in it. And then we're gonna see the tactics. What's winning it for us, or is it the players? Do you know what I'm saying? Or is it just momentum? That's what we're gonna see in it.
Absolutely.
At the moment, I'm still not sure of our system in it long term with Ole, but we'll see anyway. We'll see.
That's it. My man saying Ndombele had 0 sprints against Burnley. Character Aguilar. So what? Do you know what I mean? So what though, bro? Like, you got to understand the way people play the game is different, bro. Certain men just don't sprint, bro. Like, you know, that's just not their game. Do you know what I mean? It's just the same with Ozil. Man say what? If Ozil don't sprint, yeah, you know why? It's because the ball just came straight to him, blood. Like, so he didn't have to chase it, and then he passed it.
But you know, that's why these stats are done, because you could get midfielders like Torreira who's running around full pelt every minute, running
like Fred.
Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but they
everywhere,
bro. They run everywhere. But but Ozil, as much as I don't, I feel he comes across in like
he's very languid. Like, that's his style, isn't it?
Is his style in it, and unfortunately, even his face in it, his style. That's the reality, isn't it?
He's got a languid face under.
But even in his face, you don't look like he's trying, in it. That's the mad thing, isn't it?
Yeah, because he's not trying, because he's just naturally good, bro.
That's it. But unfortunately, he's in a league now where he's in the Premier League. People care about all this. Oh, you're not running hard enough, blah blah blah. Yeah, and in another country, if he was playing in Spain, no one would complain about that.
No one.
Bear man,
these men care, yeah. These men care more about what it looks like than what it is in England, bro.
Yeah,
that's just what it is, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what it is. They care about more than what it looks like than what it is, bro. Because, bruv, Michael Carrick never ran like Fred, yeah. But I tell you what, bruv, Fred can't hold a torch to Michael Carrick. So what, was Michael Carrick lazy, bro? And he was just sitting back, just stroking the ball to the left, to the right, over the top and that. Nah, bro, that's not lazy, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? That's not lazy, fam. He's just an economical, intelligent footballer, bro. That's not lazy. And that's the thing, bro. So no sprints don't mean nothing, bro. I've never seen Pirlo sprint in my life, bro.
See, someone mentioned Daniel James. He sprints all the time.
All the time, bro. But then man's not winning no balls.
Exactly.
Sprinting to do what? To go where, fam? You know what I mean? Dan James is wild, fam. You know what I'm saying? He's like a wild Pokemon, blood. That's what Dan James is, fam.
You hold down circle for too long in that on the pad.
Bro, wild Pokemon, blood. I'm telling you, Dan James, blood. In the wild, bruv. And Ndombele is a wavy footballer that just needs to be in the right system, and he will flourish, bruv. I'd love to see him go to a team like Wolves or something like that, where they've already got a system in place. They move the ball well. And Ndombele's cold, bro.
Yeah,
he's cold. A lot of Spurs fans are like, they can see that in terms of talent, he's the best player at their club. A lot of Spurs fans can see that. But it's how do you get the best out of players like that? When you buy a player like Ndombele, when you've got a player like Ozil or whatever, you have to build your system around releasing and getting the best out of these players, because these kind of players are the kind of players that win and lose you games. If they're not in the game, they'll lose you the game. If they're in the game, they'll win you the game.
And you know what? Sometimes you got to exercise patience in it. And I feel like football is the only, in fact, I'll say football, but most sports in it are the only ones where, only place where you don't have any people's short-term temperament to things is mad, isn't it? It's like they expect something to work instantly. Sometimes some players take, if the player's quality, sometimes give them time to blend into the system. Do you know what I'm saying? I think it's too early for even Spurs fans now. Forget what Jose's saying, for Spurs fans to now be like, maybe he should move on. Bro, your team's not good enough or big enough to start saying players need to move on. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think that's ridiculous. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have the right to even be saying certain players should be moving on. You need to keep hold of everyone you've got. Look what happened in March when your whole team collapsed when you got Ali and Kane. So I don't see how Tottenham fans can be out here talking about zero sprints, bro. The man could be zero sprints for 4 weeks, innit? You still need him in your team. Like, I don't understand that disrespect.
Yes, bro. And Ndombele is a top footballer. And one guy said, Wolves, yeah, and Ndombele needs to be at a top team, bro. The point is, yeah, and Ndombele needs to be somewhere where he's playing in a system where you can see how good he is, because his stock has fallen going to Tottenham. Because at the end of the day, in France, he's one of the top boys. I wanted him at United, and then he's gone to Tottenham. People are talking about him like he's dead food, and he's not dead food. Yeah. So he needs to go somewhere where he can show that, yo, I'm above this level, but also in a team that play good football. Wolves, I mean, Wolves are a European level team, bro. Even if it's Europa League, bro, like they're a good enough team, bro. So that's why I used Wolves as an example of a team that keep the ball well, move the ball well, and players can thrive in a system like that, bro. And Ndombele would have come out of a system that he's used to playing in, people that understand his qualities and play to his strengths. To go to Tottenham, it's an absolute shambles. Absolute shambles. And because you're the new guy and things are going wrong and you can't necessarily change it, you shoulder the blame. And then in those situations, you get players at the club that have been at the club longer than you that can hide behind you. The media will jump on Ndombele.
That's what happens when you're the new player, innit? When you're the new player, the reality is before Ndombele was there, they were still sucky. Do you know what I'm saying? They still weren't doing it. So let's not act like once he comes in, all of a sudden, like, oh yeah, zero sprints and all that. Bro, your team, if anything, they look as a unit. The thing that has saved them ultimately, like I said, they've benefited massively over this break in it, this pandemic break, because otherwise I feel like Tottenham would have finished around where Arsenal finished, innit? They would finish 8th or 9th easily. But I think they crawled themselves to 6th only because they got some of their key players back. But ultimately, Ndombele, they just have to give him another season, innit? Give him another opportunity. And if it doesn't work out, maybe he's got to move on. Not every man as well. That's another problem, yeah? Not every man who moves on from your club, it doesn't mean that player's dead. Just because it didn't work at your club, innit? Like, it doesn't mean they're dead all of a sudden. Like, some players just don't work. Then they go to another team and they bang. How can that work? What were they dead then? Were they good before they came to your club? They were dead at your club, and then they're good at somewhere else, bro. It don't work like that. Sometimes it doesn't work at that club. Keep it moving.
But this is it, and there's nothing wrong with that, bro. We've seen elite level footballers go to Barcelona and it doesn't work out, bro. Doesn't mean they're rubbish, bro. It didn't work out for Zlatan, yeah, but it worked out for David Villa, bro. You know them as it's like, bro, sometimes it works out for certain men, sometimes it don't. The Thierry Henry we saw at Arsenal, we never saw right in a Barcelona shirt. I don't care what he won. Do you know what I mean? Because I was very interested to see how Henry would slot into that Barcelona system, and he didn't even look like half the player. Because he didn't have half the responsibility. He wasn't picking up the ball in the same areas. He was stuck out on the left wing. Whereas in Arsenal, he was popping up all over the pitch and he had a freedom. Do you know what I mean? So Henry was nowhere near the Henry he was at Arsenal, bruv. Was it because he was worse? It wasn't because he was a worse footballer. Do you know what I mean? These things don't work, bro.
Trust me. Unless you're Messi or Ronaldo, yeah. When you go to a new club, not only you go into a new environment, a new city, new friends, new players, you're going to a different level of respect as well in that new club. Maybe it's higher or maybe it's lower. Do you know what I'm saying? A lot of the time it's lower, innit? In a lot of these big players. So you go from a position where, like I said, Aubameyang, where he is at Arsenal now, bro, they're feeding him the ball like anything. They're looking up and passing him the ball like he's the flipping king. Do you know what I'm saying? Because he is by far the best player on that starting 11. But if Aubameyang goes to another club now, let's say Juve or something, bro, he'll just be another player in that team. They might pass to him. Do you know what I'm saying? They might pass to him, but he's not like the focal point, which means he might not get the ball in positions he wants anymore, which means he may get less goals and he may get less opportunities. That's what people have to understand. Vardy knows that as well. If Vardy leaves Leicester, bro, he ain't gonna get them. He ain't gonna get the pass in the positions that he expects anymore.
No,
that's it. That's it.
Exactly. The same with this guy. He's saying Diego Forlan. Look at that, bro. Man was saying he flopped at Man United. Man went went up to La Liga and absolutely ripped it apart, bro.
Straight up.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I think he got top scorer one year. Freddie
I remember-
Canute got top scorer there as well. Remember Freddie Canute, bruv? Them man were like, yeah, he's dead food, bruv. Dead food in England, went to Spain and blasted up the league with Seville.
I remember when Falcao, people were saying he's the most overrated striker in the world, and I'm thinking, bro, the way the man was cutting up to Europe, before he came
Cutting.
He was cutting.
But it was injuries, bro.
Trust me, we had bare players, we had bare stars that we did not make work. Trust me, Man United. Let's not forget, even under Sir Alex, we had bare man that just did not work at Man United. Still, a lot.
Well, there you go. But I don't know, bro. A lot of that was down to system, innit? A lot of that was down to system. That's what it was down to.
Memphis as well, yeah.
The Memphis didn't work out, but I think that the Memphis didn't work out because Memphis was the right guy at the wrong time for us, you know? Manchester United were in a transitional period, where we needed leaders, we needed stability, and we brought Memphis in, like fresh out of the Dutch league with a lot of responsibility on his back. And I gave him the number 7 shirt, and instead of him being a player that we could add into the team, like we thrust him straight in, and it was kind of like, bruv, we're dependent on you. We're giving you the number 7 shirt, and we just expect you to hit the ground running. But he was still a kid, bro. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? It was pressure that he didn't need, he didn't deserve, and also he wasn't ready for. But you could see the quality was there, though. Do you know what I mean? So Memphis has always been a quality player, but the facts are he shouldn't have been thrust with that much responsibility. When we brought in Nani and Anderson, they were both top prospects in their country, but they didn't go straight into the starting lineup, bro.
And that's why I remember, like, when man was doing trick, because you got to remember, it's almost like Man United was trying to force him to age faster in it, because like Man United, ultimately, same thing we've done with Rashford. Do you know what I'm saying? It's almost like because there's been no other, because he's been playing at such a young age, he's ultimately playing like, he's playing and acting like a 26, 20, probably 28, 29-year-old. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, he's 22.
Do you know what I'm saying? He's still young, but he's been forced to get older to play and be more responsible with the ball. Do you know what I'm saying? And not be so wasteful. Whereas the Piles at the start of his career, he was young. He wanted to try a lot of tricks. I remember a lot of things didn't work out, especially when he was at Old Trafford, innit? And the fans just got against him because he was like, he's trying tricks and flicks where, you know, we couldn't even get simple passing right at that point. But anyway, he's a baller. He's a
very good baller. And actually, as he's matured, he started to play more centrally now, score a lot of goals for club and country, and not just in the league, but also in Europe. So when man are talking about Farmers League and that, which I don't like in it, because it shows a certain level of ignorance. Because man talk about Farmers Leagues and then we go in Europe and all these teams turn us over. And when I say, I mean English teams in general. You know what I mean? Man say Farmers League and then hold four to PSG. You know what I'm saying? Man say Farmers League, and then to get Bayern Munich. You know, it was like 8 goals over 2 legs or 10 goals over.
The funniest thing is, we even talk about Bayern Munich and PSG and all these teams, bro. Our English teams get slapped up by even these mid-table sides as well. Some of these, bro.
If they come up against Bilbao and that, bro, Bilbao's punching up most of the teams probably. You know them ones like
exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, even when United we were at the peak of our powers, I remember Bilbao slapped us silly, bro. Slapped us silly with Bielsa, bro. And Ferguson never had no answers for Bielsa that night. You know them ones, and this is what it is. So as much as man talk about Farmers Leagues and stuff like that, bro, any given Sunday, we could get turned over by these teams.
But you know, the biggest reason that is as well is because these countries, these teams, they watch the Premier League more than the Premier League watches them. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
so a lot more about the opposition. They know the systems, they know the tactics. Whereas a lot of these man, like we don't. They're our scouts, our coaching team. They're not watching some of these leagues, so they don't know how these teams set up. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's it. Then you get blown over. You get
absolutely. Do you know what I'm saying? And this is the thing, because you know, like what they say in boxing, when you are the champion, everyone knows how they would fight you, bro. Everyone's training to fight you. When you're the champ, you're not watching anyone else. You only start studying your opponent once you know who you're fighting. These people are always studying you, bro.
Yeah.
And this is why when you take a fight at short notice, understand this person that you're fighting, even though they might have had 2 weeks notice, they've been training to fight you their whole career, bro, as long as you've had the belt. Do you see what I'm saying? They're always in their head say, you know what? They're watching all your fights and they're saying, yeah, I know how I'd beat him.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? And that's why it's dangerous when you're a champion and you take a fight short notice, because everyone's been studying you. Every fight you have in your pay-per-view, they're watching it as a casual, but they're also watching it to say, right, if I get a title shot, this is how I deal with man. You know them ones. They've always got a game plan for you, bro. So they're watching you, you're not watching them. And this is what happens with because the Premier League is the biggest league in the world and everyone watches the Premier League. Everyone knows how to deal with us, and we don't necessarily know how to deal with them, bruv. And also, because the leagues that they play in, they don't have teams that challenge them probably to the same degree that we get challenged. They don't really know. How do you work out how to beat a PSG, yeah, if no one comes close to beating them in their league? There's no antidote. Do you know what I mean?
It's true. And you don't know. It's true. You don't know. And that's it. It's like, especially when they're not even, some of the times they're not even playing at fit. They're playing in like second gear in some of them games. You know what I'm saying? So you don't even know how good they are when they play as hard as they can in it. So it's so many different factors. And that's why when it comes, even obviously, I know when the Europa League and the Champions League comes back, bro, after Lask in it, after Man United, obviously, because they're going to go through, bro, there's a lot of them teams, like I said, on paper, if it was a paper thing, Man United should go all the way to the final. Do you know what I'm saying? Unless they come up against Inter or something, I think is the hardest team in the thing, bro. They should go all the way. But it's not that simple. Do you know what I'm saying? That's not how football works. It's not how football works.
It's not, bro. Paper don't win games. Paper don't play games, bro. At the end of the day, you have to beat what's in front of you. Do you know what I mean? You have to beat what's in front of you. And a lot of the time, if you don't really know what's in front of you, that could be the dangerous thing, bro. The unknown quantities are the ones that you need to worry about, bro. It's easy to get yourself up for the bigger teams. Do you know what I mean? But it's them in-between teams that aren't rubbish, but you should beat them.
Trust me. Yeah.
You know them, man. That you should beat, bro. Like, those are the ones, bro. Those are the ones that you need to worry about. And that's why, for me, with Manchester United, when I look at these guys, I'm just like, even though on paper we should definitely at least get to the final, bro, it's not a foregone conclusion.
It's not.
It's not a foregone conclusion at all.
Someone said that you got to take every round as it comes, man.
Yeah, exactly. Someone said Sevilla danger team. Yeah, I would say so. You man smash the like as well, man. You mods, bruv. You lot need to be getting on to people to smash the like still. But yeah, man. Sevilla's a danger team for sure. They always do well in Europe, innit? And they've got a reputation for doing well in Europe. Whether it's the Europa League or the Champions League, they're always a very tough team to beat, organized team, etc., bro. Do you know what I mean? Like, when you're thinking about Spain, it's not always just Madrid, Barcelona, bro.
Nah, it's not. It's not, bro. When it comes to Europe, all them Spanish teams are dangerous, man. Trust me.
Exactly. Someone even said on paper Sheffield United would have got relegated. Facts.
Yeah.
When Sheffield United came up, yeah, bro. If football was played on paper, do you know what I mean? Like, you look at them. Come on now. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. Who would have thought that West Ham would have been safe on one of the final days of the season on paper? On paper. Look at the players West Ham have.
Yeah, on paper. Trust me. That paper thing, trust me, don't mean nothing. Because, bro, it don't mean nothing. Trust me, it don't mean nothing. International fans know this, bro.
This is it.
England. But that's why a lot of international fans, you can tell they understand the game more than a lot of fans in England, because they watch other leagues. Do you know what I'm saying? They understand the difference. And if you don't watch other leagues, even now and again, or even highlights, you don't understand and appreciate certain players and certain roles, even in your own team. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's just a basic thing, innit? Like, just to check out highlights or check out another league when you can. That's what you should do.
And just watch it. Don't watch the highlights. Don't just look at the scores, innit? Like, I like watching Serie A. Like, Serie A is my favorite league, innit? Like, outside of the Premier League. Just because I like the tempo the game's played at. I like how tactical it is. And just how technical the players are. Like, I find La Liga boring, like, in terms of, if it's not one of the top teams, it don't entertain me, innit? I prefer watching Italian football. Maybe that's a bias I have because I grew up watching it. So, like, I've just got an affiliation with it, because in the 90s, the Italian league was wavy. And then I've always just watched it since then. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's one of them ones where you just have to watch these. You have to watch these football teams, bro.
Trust me.
You have to watch them, man. So, and as you said, there's a lot of marketing involved in the Premier League. A lot of it.
But that's why it's always funny. Like the funniest thing is any time, any player, is linked to come to one of these big clubs from outside of the Premier League. None of these pundits, no one knows who the hell
they are.
They ain't got a clue who they are. You know what I'm saying? They haven't got a clue who they are. And when I mean clue, I mean people who have not even watched the highlight from him, even highlights. Even though that's not even a great indication, they've not even seen highlights of these man because they don't watch any other leagues. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that everyone's out here watching 20 leagues a week and that, but now and again, bro, now and again, you got to appreciate other leagues. Do you know what I'm saying?
These pundits talking about players, they don't know what position they play, and then everything's like, oh, can they do it in the Premier League? And then 2-2, some unknown player comes in and just starts mashing it up. Look what St. Maxim's doing at Newcastle and all these ballers, bro. Like, man's torn the Premier League. Torn it, bro. Do you know what I mean? And that's what it is. You got to realize that, like, yes, the Premier League's different, but man going on like the Premier League's mad hard to play in, week out, bro. Like, bruv, look at the amount of worst players they are, bruv. Like in the Premier League, bro. Dead. At every club.
Straight.
Dead. These no-name brand defenders that can get toasted by a good attacker that comes. There's bare of them.
Yeah.
There's actually bare of them, bro. Like, bare man are saying, oh, Ake's not that good and that. But, bruv, he's a Premier League centre-back. So if he's not that good, do you know what I mean? Understand there's players that play in other teams in other countries that are better than a lot of these men in the Prem. We don't even know who they are.
For real.
We don't know and we don't care who they are. But that doesn't mean they're not out there. That don't mean they're not out there, bruv. So just because a certain Premier League player is overinflated, like I remember the best thing, remember when Jack Wilshere got linked with Barcelona and Pep was like, we got 100 Jack Wilsheres in the academy.
Yeah.
And they're like, so what, bruv? Do you know what I'm saying? Because in England, if we get a half-decent player, all of a sudden, we're comparing him to everyone around the world, blood, but we don't watch everyone else.
Which is the irony.
And this is exactly what happens. It's that arrogance, innit? That's there, bruv. Like, most of these men are not levels, bro. They're not levels, fam. So, like, all over the world, different leagues and that. And we also see it internationally with England. Always talk up our players, and then the man will go get clapped by these Croatians, fam. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they're not all playing out top teams. Some of these Croatian men are playing in Russia somewhere.
Bro, some of these man, there's only 3 players in the whole squad that are even playing for a top team. The rest of them, Spartak Moscow and that. Do you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And then they claw England.
Do you know what I'm saying?
So does that mean that their players in their team could be playing in the Prem? Yes, it does.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Trust me.
And that's what it is. A lot of these teams will have 3 men at big clubs, 1 man at Dortmund, 1 man at Munich, 1 guy in the Prem, and then 6 other men in Farmers Leagues, blood. And then they'll beat us 3-0. A man will be like, yeah, it's only a friendly and that. Like, nah, you got whacked. You know, like that, bro. Like, well, it happens, my guy. Do you know what I mean? So just because you're in the Prem, that don't mean you're better than a man that ain't playing in the Prem, bro. Like, there's loads of different circumstances towards that.
Even talking from outside the Prem. So just asked about, do you think Jack's Fulham will beat Brentford? Even kind of quickly off topic. So obviously,
I hope so. I hope so.
Brentford. Yeah, what are you saying?
I'm torn in it. You know them ones. I am torn, bro. I can't even lie, because with the Fulham and Brentford.
Why do you want Brentford to win?
Bruv, that was my first club.
Oh, is it? I
played for Brentford. Brentford scouted me at 7, and then I went to Fulham at 11. So I played for both of them.
Mad.
You know what I mean? So because I played for both of them, you know them ones. For me, it's like I'm torn in it. I'm happy either way, but at the same time, it's like if I had to choose, I would definitely choose. I'd choose Fulham.
What are you basing? You're basing on who would do a better job in the Premier League next season, or who would be what would be a better ground to go to? What is it?
I don't know. Like, my guy Michael Hector plays for Fulham, innit? So I want Fulham to come up because he's my guy, innit? And also I played for Fulham more recently than I played for Brentford. But either club comes up, I'm kind of happy, innit? Like, I can't even lie, but I want to see Heck in the Prem still. So I would like Fulham to come up, you know them ones, and at least will have shorter distances to travel to watch football, blood. You know, because right now my man's doing the tour the ends, blood. Like man's going from the top of the map to the bottom of the map.
Trust me.
You know, like that.
Yeah, I think. Look, to be honest, I don't know who's going to win in it. On form, you'd say Fulham. Obviously, Brentford's had a bad end to the season, and they, you know, besides that win the other day, 2 days ago, I think they lost 3 in a row or something. So they've they're not looking great. They've not been looking great, but overall, I think they're slightly better than Fulham in it, slightly. And I think their attack is dangerous in it. Like Ben Rama, he's pretty much the best player I've seen in the championship. Do you know what I'm saying? For a long time.
Outside of Tourette, yeah.
Bro, yeah, outside, he's bro.
Tourette was taking
he was tic-tac-toe, bro. I don't know how he was that good, but
he's been that good. But he's one of them players again. He's not a lazy player. He's just one of them players where he just wants to play football how he wants to play football, innit? Like that's it, bro. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? You know, certain men have the mentality where this is the style of player I am. The team need to adapt to me, and if they don't. You just don't care, bro. I'll go club to club and still play how I want to play, bro.
But then, man, you just need to have a good system where you allow them to kind of be in that kind of, I'm not saying free role, but you let them play the way that they want to play. And if you can get the most out of them, bro, they'll win you games alone. Do you know what I'm saying? Just on their magic. Do you know what I'm saying? They'll win you games alone. But Ben Rama's not going to he ain't going to stay at Brentford anyway.
Apparently, the Chelsea have wrapped him up already.
Yeah, bro, it's probably all based on this game, innit? I think if they lose, bro, you'll see him gone in 2 weeks. He'll be.
I think
my man's gonna be holding up his shirt. Like, trust me.
If I'm Ben Rama, if Brentford get promoted, I stay with Brentford. Only because I would want to play a season in the Premier League, starting week in, week out, so I could see where I am as a footballer. You know the ones. Forget the money. Because if he does well anyway in the Prem, if they go back down, someone will sign him anyway. But to get a season in the Premier League playing week in, week out, for me, is way more valuable than what happened to Ryan Sessegnon.
Yeah.
You know them one.
And by the way, that happens all the time to certain borders. Every year, there's 2 or 3 players who just leave the team that got promoted and goes to a Premier League, a big, more established Premier League club. They hardly play, or they just can't find their feet. And then they become a squad player. Do you know what I'm saying? And I feel that is something underestimated that people don't understand. Like the footballers, until you've found your feet where you're known long term as a top player in it, you've got to play week in, week out in it. You can't be in and out the squad or only playing in the League Cup and all that nonsense. Do you know what I'm saying? That's not good enough.
Yeah,
it's not good enough.
This is exactly what it is. You look, keep slapping the like button. Now, I mean, we should get to 500 anyway. Pretty much 1,000 watching the whole time. You get me? So slap that, man. Slap that. But Rants Mitrovic might miss the final. Oh, boy. Mitra, bro, he's an underrated striker as well, bruv.
Yeah, he might miss the final. The final's in, 3 days or something, isn't it?
Yeah, hopefully.
Are you going to be watching it, yeah?
Yeah. I'm definitely watch that, bro.
That game's always good, isn't it? The playoff final's always good, isn't it? Always good.
Bro, it's amazing, bro. And playoff games actually have the best atmospheres, bro. Like I've been to a few of them at Wembley, and because like I grew up in the borough, innit? Like if there were extra tickets, they used to give us free tickets because obviously the congestion and the traffic and all that. And I used to go. I think I went to a Cardiff one, bruv. I think, and it was, bruv, their fans are a mad thing, bro. Yeah, Cardiff fans are wild, bro. Like if you want to see like unruly, bruv, they're terrible. Man talk about West Ham and all that, bruv. They can't chat to Cardiff, bruv.
Trust me. Cardiff, one of the Cardiff's up there with Millwall fans. Trust me. They are.
Bruv, I think they're worse, cuz. You know what I think they're worse, bro. Cardiff are wild, cuz. Cardiff, you know what I mean? These fans are up there as well.
All I'm saying is if there was fans in the ground, and if Swansea did win and it was Swansea v Cardiff in the playoff final, that would have been a mad thing. Do you know what I'm saying? It would have been a mad thing because I know Cardiff fans. I've been to a game with Cardiff fans, a Premier League when they were last in the Premier League, when United played them. Yeah, and trust me, their fans they were in the away stand, innit? Obviously, bro, they just look like they look nuts. Still, I'm not gonna lie, they look nuts. But
bro, it's mad, bro. In the game, the police like stood in between the two fans to make a barrier, and they were trying to climb over the police officers, bro, to fight, man.
Yeah.
They genuinely was on fighting. I've never seen anything like it in my life, bro. Them Cardiff fans, bro.
Yeah.
They're on smoke. They're on smoke, bro. Like there's certain fans and that they'll chant on the train, but when they get in, no. These Cardiff man were on bodies.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I've never seen nothing like it. Someone saying to me, should the Premier League have playoffs? Absolutely not, bro. Do you know what I mean? I'm not trying to Americanize the football thing, bro. I'm not really on it. Do you know what I mean? I love basketball. Like I was up watching the basketball today. That's why I'm seeing loads of people messaging me about the basketball and stuff like that. I love basketball. It's probably my favorite sport to watch, but fam, I don't want to see playoffs in England, bro. I don't want to see it. Do you know what I mean?
Franchise in the US, it works really good, but in the UK, it's just not going to work, man.
Exactly. They do it for the money, innit? And to be fair, in America, it's all about advertising and making money. Americans are the best at it, bro. They can sell you anything, innit? You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. But I think that the playoffs, like best of 7 and all that, bro. Why do man need 7 games, fam?
Straight.
you know
that's what hurts. That's what hurts in basketball when you're in a series, yeah, and you're even, let's say, 2-0 up in it, and somehow you're thinking, why are we still having to go into game 3? Why are we still having to do this? Why are we still having to do game 4? Do you know what I'm saying? You're allowing the opportunity for these men to come back.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Everyone's talking about the basketball. Look at the Bron defense. Listen, bro, Bron ain't got no defense, apparently. You know them ones. A man locked up their 2 best players and got the winner. Get out of town, bruv. The GOAT, fam. I don't care. That's my guy, bruv. The GOAT James, fam. You know what I'm saying? What you saying about Kai Havertz, boy? It's looking like this Chelsea move is on.
Yeah.
What do you make of it?
Listen, I thought, again, I watched Bundesliga mainly highlights in it, to be honest, before it was that, that period, obviously a couple of months ago when it was only Bundesliga on, innit? I watched Bundesliga before then anyway, but at the Bundesliga period, I was watching obviously full 90-minute games, innit? And watching him play. And obviously he looks like a player who can slot in perfectly for Frank Lampard, and he looks like he will be potentially one of the top tier players. I'm not going to say, I'm not obviously world class. I'm not going to say
you can't guarantee it.
You can't guarantee it. That's my whole point that I'm trying to make. I can't guarantee that he's going to become the man that people think he's going to become, in it. But
bro, remember what we thought that Marco Reus was going to be.
Bro, exactly. But Marco Reus, lucky he's been lucky with injuries though.
And Mario Götze as well, blood. We've seen it before.
Yeah, Mario Götze, exactly. We've seen it before. And I remember Royce at certain points was going to go. He even 4 or 5 years ago, he was going to go for untold amounts of money to the Premier League. Do you know what I'm saying? So at this current market, which is what I said again at the start of the conversation when we were talking about Nathan Ake, based on his current market and how much he's potentially going for, it's a good signing, isn't it? That's what I said. And because, again, we're going to be going into a new season where we're playing every 3 or 4 days, isn't it? He's a good signing.
Bro, he's a player that he's a multifunctional player. He's a modern manager's dream, innit? Because he can play false 9 if you wanted him to. He can play on the left, he can play on the right, he can play in the 10. He's a multifunctional, technically very efficient player, good enough athlete, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like that's what you need in modern football, really, from an attacker, just to be good on the ball, be able to play multiple positions, good on the press, whatever. Do you know what I mean? I think he'll be a top player. I don't know if he'll be the elite player that people are making him out to be. Do you know what I mean? But I think that he'll be a top player anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? The same way I think Christian Pulisic is a top player. Do you know what I mean? And the same goes for...
we call him Captain America, innit?
Captain America, my guy, bruv. You know the ones. That's what it is, bro. A man like Rodgers.
But you know what I'm surprised about at Chelsea, yeah? I'm surprised that there's not been any report. Usually with Chelsea, when they're buying 3 or 4 man like this, they already have made it clear the players that are leaving, in it, or is speculated. The players that you would think would leave at this point now, let's say a Giroud, or not even Giroud, maybe a Willian. Bro, Willian, and obviously Pedro's on his way out, but he weren't playing anyway. But Willian looks like he's staying. So I'm surprised that Chelsea are not offloading these certain man. They're not offloading anyone. But that's a good thing. They're going to have a big squad.
Yep, and they need it, but also that we're just gonna have to clarify this myth of Lampard and youth and that blood. When all these players come in, these men are getting bumped, you know. Because fam, like man like Tammy Abraham, yeah.
What was my man?
You know them ones that is
Really Gilmore in that.
Yeah, Gilmore's done out here. You know them ones there. Tammy Abraham, yeah, bro. Listen, Giroud's taking his place in the team. You know them ones. And now Timo's coming. Tammy Abraham's going on loan, fam. That's where he's going, I swear.
Yeah.
Or his third choice striker, innit?
All that, bro. I said it before, bro, to someone else earlier, bro. You know tomorrow Giroud's playing in it. He's Olivier.
And he's scoring too, blood. He's scoring too.
Trust me.
Bruv, he's scoring tomorrow. Giroud, blood. That's my guy, you know. I love Giroud, blood. Because you see how man disrespect him, bro. And I love players like that, bro. Bad man.
When he left, when Arsenal offloaded him, Arsenal fans was like, "Yes, Giroud's gone." They were mad happy. But
and then he cut their ankles off in the cup final, blood. Giroud's a baller, bro. You know the ones. So, Rants, you watch NFL? Yes, I do, my guy. Yes, I do watch NFL, bro. I love American. Man said, Rants, check Goldbridge's recent tweet. I'm not doing that. You can just tell me what it is. No, you know that. You know the ones like man's the Arsene Wenger blood. You know that Voyeur FC and blood. Like man ain't just stalking man's timelines on that, bro. Like it's not that, fam. You know what I'm saying? So it's not that at all, blood. Like I'm saying, having a draw in the USA sport would start a world war. You're damn right. They want winners, bro.
Yeah.
They want winners, bro. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. That's what I like about American sport, first and foremost. Yeah, like almost don't count in America. No one cares, innit?
Yeah, straight.
Like no one actually cares.
And to be honest, bro, like I remember when I was younger in it, I tried not to like NFL and basketball in it, in a sense that I was trying to, you know, like when you're from here in it, you're like you're trying to find reasons why them sports are just trash in it, and football is that. But when you deep it, trust me, when you deep it, basketball and NFL bangs out on so many different levels that football doesn't in it. I'm not going to say that playoffs should come to football. Obviously not. It's a different sport. Yeah. But NFL and basketball have got it right in every single way. The structure, the way they build up excitement before big games, the whole structure, the way you win, bro. It's just sick, innit? It's just sick.
It's amazing, brother. And because I'm someone that likes tactics, I like systems and that. People keep pointing out. There's nothing more tactical than NFL, bro.
Nothing. Bro, you win the game purely on plays, bro.
Brother, listen, yeah. There's not a single person on that field that's not doing something. You know them, man. Yeah. You know, like in football, it's different. Yeah, it's different, bro. Like, understand, yeah, in football, like if the ball's on that side of the pitch, you're left back. If the ball's on the right wing, the left back might not be doing anything. On that field, everyone is doing something. If someone scores a touchdown, do you know how many people were involved in that touchdown, bro? Everyone on the field, whether you're blocking a runner,
on two players. Do you know what I'm saying? You think that they're the only ones, bro. Watch the rest of the camera. Watch the rest of the screen in it. You'll see how much is going on. It's mad.
It's amazing, and when you understand that, that's when you truly appreciate it. Innit? It's just like before I actually did jiu-jitsu, I never used to rate it, bro. I used to watch it and I say, why are these guys rolling around on the floor, bro? And then when you realize how technical jiu-jitsu is, yeah, and leverage and stuff like that, when you see ground game in UFC, you appreciate how good you have to be able to control people's wrists, control their leverage, do you know what I mean? Control their hips and stuff like that. If you don't actually fight, you wouldn't understand how much skill's involved in it, bro. Like, it's ridiculous. But it just looks like two men rolling around.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like, bro. And it's the same with American football. If you don't understand what's going on, you watch it, it just looks like bare man running into each other. That's what it looks like.
100%. People need to respect the skill that it is in some of these other sports. Like the skill and the tactics are on a different level. Do you know what I'm saying? Absolute different level. There's so many plays, bro. There's so many plays. Some of them man have to memorize like 20, 30 plays every single flipping quarter. Do you know what I'm saying? It's mad. It's different.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you know what I mean? So, like, I love basketball, love American sports. To be honest, man, it's top notch, brother. And you lot as well, while you're here as well. Tonight, going live with Ricky as well. You man keep asking for it. Ricky from the United Stand. Yo, Rants, get Ricky on whatever. Spammed out man's Twitter, spammed out Ricky's Twitter and that. So we did it. You know what I'm saying? So we did it. So he's coming on tonight, 6 o'clock. It's already scheduled anyway. Make sure when this show finishes, go and like that show and make sure you're here. You know them ones for it, because it's going to be joke. We're going to go over, obviously, the United season, talk about who we think the best players were, get man to rate player seasons, etc., etc. Talk about transfers, whatever. Just a roundup of the season, innit? Like, and you know Ricky's going to drop some gems, bro, because he always does, innit? You know what I'm saying? So you know that's going to be hella funny, bro. You know them ones. And someone's sent in a super chat. Obviously, he sent a super chat, so I'll put it up here. But like, bruv, that's a slippery slope here. That man's not going down. I'm not going down in skis, my G. You know there was there. I'm not going down that.
Straight
you
up.
know that one. I'm not going down that.
You know what I'm saying? That slippery black ice and that.
Brother, I'm not going down that, bro. You know them ones. All I will say is, yeah, like, man don't condone, yeah, some of the stuff that man said in it, because I've seen it. I don't condone it, bro. Like, I don't condone any kind of language like that towards anyone, regardless. I don't condone it. However, by the way that his situation's been dealt with, it shows you why, as people, we're fighting for equality. Because there are people out there that have done far worse than him and have had far lesser punishment. That's all I would say. Do you know what I'm saying? There are people out here that have made careers of inflammatory language, race hate, this, that, and the other, and these men are still at it. Yeah. You know them ones, and he's gone on a tirade, and all of a sudden, they're just looking to cancel man from social media completely, bro.
And then take 48 hours, come off Twitter for 48 hours and that.
But you see what I'm saying? And then you've got people dropping N-bombs on the news and that. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's not a level playing field. That's why we've been fighting, innit? Man don't condone anything he said. I don't condone his actions, because I don't condone any form of discrimination, bruv. Do you know what I mean? But I also believe that it should all be dealt with the same severity. Do you know what I mean? And it isn't when we're on the receiving end. That's a fact, innit? So, I mean, that's all I have to say about that, bro. Is there anything that you'd like to add?
No, I think you've pretty much said it. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just like the whole thing. Again, the whole thing is all. And what you're doing is you're taking people who don't know him as a person, or even have ever heard of him as a person. You cut up an interview that's 45 minutes long and you make it 3 minutes, the Sky News one, and it makes it seem like the guy is just mad. Do you know what I'm saying? It makes him look like he's completely mad. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then I saw people writing tweets saying something like, I don't know who this Wiley guy is, but he looks really dangerous. He looks like a dangerous man. Do you know what I'm saying? So and that is all it does. It feeds into the stereotype of the black man being dangerous and aggressive, because they only show clips of when he's angry and aggressive. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but even then he was laughing when he was angry, because he was just kind of like, bruv, you man are stitching me, innit?
But you know the difference? You know, people with like the whole Katie Hopkins thing, the difference with Katie Hopkins, I guess, is that she has intelligently clothed in the veil of racism and said something. She'll say something racist, but she'll say it with an undertone where, if she's challenged, she can come up with some nonsense fact.
No, but bro, I've seen her wearing a hijab dancing, bro. Like, how you can't get more racist than
that is just nonsense, isn't it? That's what I'm saying. But all I'm saying is with her, somehow she creeps through it, because the people who watch her somehow, and the people who are judging, because I don't know who these people are who's judging that Katie Hopkins should still be on the platform and who shouldn't, who should. But for some reason, what she says doesn't seem to cause big problems. I don't understand. I can't understand it. So maybe it's her delivery, maybe it's the way that she goes about it. But we all know what we think about her. We all know what she does. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
The streets won't forget what she's done, even if she apologized today, innit?
But she won't, bro, because she's made a career off it. She's been able to buy a house off it. Do you know what I mean? Wiley didn't buy his house off that. He bought his house off what he was good at and what he was known for. Do you know what I'm saying? Don't condone any racial slurs of any kind. Do you know what I'm saying? But that's not what pays his mortgage. Do you know what I mean? Like, she's been able to make a career out of it. Tommy Robinson's been able to feed his family off it. Do you see what I'm saying? And he's getting treated worse than these people.
And now man is moving country to be
Well,
an
there you
immigrant.
go, brother. And rightly so, blood. Do you know what I mean? Good riddance, pagan, fam. And
Right,
Rants, what do you think of this Gabriel thing? I'm going to be completely honest, yeah? I don't know, innit? The reason why I say I don't know is, yeah, I've made the mistake in the past with players like Nicolas Pepe, etc., not watching them enough over 90 minutes and forming my opinion on them from watching YouTube compilations. It's very dangerous to do so, because when you see YouTube compilations, you're always seeing the best of a player.
bro. YouTube compilations could make anyone look good, and it can make Daniel James look like Messi, innit? With his bro, some of the stuff he was doing at Swansea or whatever, bro. He was doing madness. Do you know what I'm saying? If you clip things up, you can make anyone look amazing. So it's very, very a careful thing. And over 90 minutes, even just watching one 90-minute game, which I haven't of him, bro, you can see all of your answers, all your questions to a lot of these players will be answered in it, because you see how they move, you see how their positioning is. Do you know what I'm saying? You see how they use the ball. Do you know what I'm saying? And sometimes you don't see that over highlights. It's not.
There you go, bro. And the thing is, like, even times where I used to say to guys what certain players give us when you go and watch a game live, because when you watch a game on TV, the camera follows the ball. So a lot of time you don't see what players do off the ball. And what a player does off the ball, yeah, is how I really rate them, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
Trust me, there's certain times that when I'm watching a game live, and I'm annoyed or I'm happy. Normally annoyed though when I'm looking at positioning and what the player is doing, even if it don't lead to a mistake. Sometimes sometimes footballers are just lucky that certain things don't happen. You know, when you're just like, why is this player so far out of position? Why are you so far? But because it's a corner and the ball and the camera is watching the corner on the other end, you're not noticing that you've left, let's say, Messi free, and you're 10 meters away from him. What are you doing? Because if that ball comes out and a long ball comes, that's it.
And a YouTube compilation ain't gonna show you that, ladies and gentlemen. It's not gonna show you that. So a lot of the time, yeah, like, it's just like Instagram. When you look at someone's Instagram, they always show you the W's, they never show you the L's, in it. That's what a YouTube compilation is. It's like Instagram. It's not real life, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? You see all these happy couples on Instagram, yeah, but when they're fighting, yeah, at nighttime, they're not posting that. You know them ones. Like even the other day with the Will and Jada thing, yeah, bruv, everyone was saying that they were couple goals and that. Now all of a sudden, yeah, you're seeing that. You know them ones that it's like, bruv, like YouTube ain't showing you everything in it. So when I'm not gonna make a judgment on a player based off not watching them. Like with Jadon Sancho, yeah, I can say how I feel about this guy because I've watched him play full games for Dortmund, for England, and I've watched him over 50 times. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I watched him over 50 times. This Gabriel, the Torres, that signing for City, all these guys, I haven't watched them for 10 games. I haven't seen 10 games of them. So I can't comment on them. You know what I mean? I can't comment on them based off YouTube. Like even Koulibaly, yeah, like off YouTube, loads of people are like Koulibaly, like he's the best centre back in the world and that, yeah. And then I've seen him play against Arsenal and get absolutely toasted, fam. You know that one. So it's kind of like, I'm not saying he's not good, but I'm saying, yeah, like, bruv, with football, you can just never tell, bro. I never base my opinion off somebody based on highlights, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, right. I can't do it based on highlights. I have to watch them.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is. So, yeah, so I'm just going to be honest and say, I don't know enough about him, bro. I don't know enough about him. Like, man is saying Bebe look decent on YouTube. It's true, bro.
Bebe, man, like Bebe, you know, oh my days. But yeah, that's it. Like, it is what it is. But we'll see. Sometimes, even if you've watched them, man, over 90 minutes, sometimes when they come to the Premier League, they might not hit the ground running. Do you know what I'm saying? There's so many different factors. And that's why fans have to exercise patience with a lot of these men as well. That's what I feel is really important. Can't just try to expect them to have a man. Not everyone's going to hit the ground running like Bruno did at Man United, innit? Like, we're not all going to come in. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Bruno's a 1 in like 50 player, like 50 signings where you come in and you light up the Premier League and get player of the month first month in. Oh, do you know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna happen with the second, third, with the next couple of signings. It could take 3 months, could take 4 months, could be a couple of dead games. Do you know what I'm saying? So, not be patient, innit? Be patient.
But this is it. Man said if you hate rants, go away. Bruv, listen, if anyone chats rubbish in the comment section, block them. I'm happy for them to watch, bro, because it'll just put money in my pocket. But do you know what I'm saying? Block them in it so man don't have to see their comments, bro. Like, I want them to keep coming back and paying me, bro. Let them keep coming back and paying me. I don't mind. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, bro. Let them keep coming back. But just block them so they can't chat rubbish, bro. This is good vibes only, fam. You know what I mean? You only hate on people that are doing better than you in life, innit? So
people just still rattled over this Luke Shaw business. It's fun.
Bruv, the season's not even on. No one don't care about him no more, bruv. Like, do you get me? Like, it is what it is, fam. Man don't really care. My man said, yo, why is Mahrez? Yeah, who's your top 3 favorite Premier League players, bro? Because they asked me who mine is, and this is where the question came from, innit? And obviously I've got
it depends what we basing it on. Top 3 in terms of who I like the most, or top 3 in terms of...
just who you like, bro. So mine's Pogba, obviously, Firmino, and Mahrez, bro. Like, those are my 3 favorite players.
I'll say, who do you say? Who?
Pogba, Firmino, and Mahrez. Favorite.
Okay. I'll say, look, for my top 3, off top of my head,
just to watch.
To watch, I'll say Mane, 100%. I'll say Martial to watch when he's on form. He's my top 3. And I'll probably say third. It's a tough one, bro. Do you know what? Do you know who I respect, who I like to watch in it, to fit on finishing? I like to watch Vardy in it. Just because of how elite he is at finishing, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? And how he gets inside. And most of the time, up until the last couple of weeks, Leicester's never been a threat to Man United in that sense. That I can watch Leicester. I'm not saying I'm cheering them on, innit, but I'm watching them, and I'm watching them kind of like looking at their shape. And you know, with me, yeah, a lot of the time I'm impressing on teams that outperform in it. So teams like Leicester, I watch a lot of the time, and I'm like, how are they doing so well with almost no resources in it? So I watch man like Soyuncu more, or Maddison, or Ricardo. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, how are they getting so much out of these men? Do you know what I'm saying? Which is why I respect Vardy, because I've been watching over the last 3-4 years about how he deals with them balls over the top. Because a lot of teams play like that, you know, and they don't. And the striker does not. They're not effective on getting and on latching onto that ball when they got 2 or 3 defenders around them and lashing it into the goal, in it. And he's done it time and time again for 3 or 4 years. So respect to him.
That's what I mean. What's your top 3 in world football? Like, favorite players, in it? Like, I'm not gonna say best in it, because best is subjective and there's different positions in it. Mine still has to be Pogba's in there, and Messi and Neymar, bruv.
I'm gonna say Mane still. Yeah, because he's my favorite. He's my favorite Liverpool player, hands down. And he's my favorite, one of the favorite in the Premier League, just the way he plays. I'm gonna say Messi, obviously. You know what? The third one is a tough one, you know. It's a tough one. I'm gonna have to think. It's a difficult one. I can't even think on the top of my head who I would put straight right now as. It's a tough one. It's a tough one, isn't it?
Maybe you like to watch.
Yeah, that I would like to watch. I'm trying to think of the best of the best. Maybe Mbappe, innit? Because when I see Mbappe, he seems to always just be magic on the ball. He seems to do more of the ball than I feel like most players would. But I would say right now, if you had to ask me right now, straight away, I'd say Mane and Messi, innit? Mane and Messi just are a cut above the rest in terms of the way they handle it. And that's the reason why they are they're probably 1 and 2. I think they won 1 and 2 on the Ballon d'Or, or Messi said that Mane should have won it anyway, for that matter. But I'm saying I would say them two. Hazard, someone said Hazard. I would say Hazard last year, not this year. But before, if we had this conversation a year ago, I would have said Hazard 100%.
That's a shout, you know. That's a shout. That's a very big shout, brother. Just for me, it's like, for me, Paul Pogba in full flight is a joy to watch, bro. There's not a midfielder in world football, bro, that carries the ball like him, can pass, has the passing range that he has with both feet, has the strength. just everything, bro. Do you know what I mean? Neymar speaks for itself, bro. He's the best player in the world for me. Ridiculous footballer. And then Lionel Messi.
Best player ever.
No, he's best player in the world.
Yeah.
At the moment. Neymar for sure.
Oh, you talking about Neymar? I thought you said Messi.
Sorry, no. My favorite, boy, for me, like, I still think Ronaldinho is the best player I've ever seen play football. Do you know what I mean? But he don't have the longevity thing in it that a lot of people like to talk about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But he also played in a different era of football. If Ronaldinho was playing in the era of football now, where there weren't good defenders, I reckon Ronaldinho scores way more goals than he scored then. Do you know what I'm saying? Imagine if Ronaldinho was coming up against Harry Maguire instead of John Terry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so for me, like, Ronaldinho was playing against like Nesta's, Cannavaro's, and Stams and these man, bro. Like, he weren't playing against these dud centre backs now. You know what I mean? So, like, honestly, like, the level of football's dropped drastically in terms of individual talent. So Ronaldinho in this era of football absolutely destroys this level of football. Do you know what I mean? He done some outrageous stuff then, but what he'd be doing now would be even worse, isn't it?
For real.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So for me, what I've seen him do with a football at his feet, I've never seen it done again. The closest I've seen to someone with that level of ability on the ball is Neymar. That's it.
Yeah, it's true. Neymar's got it. Neymar's got the ability in it. He's always had the ability. It's just, I guess now, bro, his records speak for itself as well. Like, you know what I'm saying? The numbers that he puts up every single year. But I think a lot of people, I guess unfortunately, the negatives of Neymar is what people always talk about, unfortunately, in it, which they shouldn't, because him as a baller still up there. I remember a year ago when Neymar was speculated to go to Chelsea, like only for a couple of weeks, innit? And I remember Chelsea fans saying, we don't need him. Do you know what I'm saying? This was before Hazard was officially leaving or something, yeah? And it was like, bro, Neymar still will walk into any side in the world. Like, let's not get it twisted. Do you know what I'm saying? Any side in the world. But because people see him rolling around and like he goes down easily, people don't want him in the team. Like,
you know what it is? People just don't like him as a person. So because they don't like him as a person, they try and write him off as a footballer. You know that one? You see the same thing with Pogba. Because some people just don't like him. They're just like, oh yeah, like he won't get back in this Man United side. Well, ahead of Freddie McTominay, bro. Get out of here. Do you know what I mean? Are you trying to rub him out? Like Pirlo and them, man. They even said, listen, when he went to Man United, they were to Juventus, they were laughing, saying, what, United let this you for free? Free. Are they mad? Yeah, and then these same men are saying that he can't get in the team ahead of McTominay and Fred. These men are not serious football fans. You see what I mean? But they try to rub man out because they don't like him. And that's what people do with Neymar. Because they don't like him, they try to rub him out. Neymar is an elite footballer, bro. He's one of the best footballers that anyone watching now has seen in their life, bro. He's up there. Especially with the guys that are watching now. A lot of them are born after the year 2000.
For real. It'll be interesting to see, apart from Messi, who a lot of kids would say is their favorite. Yeah. Their favorite to watch. But it's mad no one's saying Ronaldo anymore, boy. Right. The days are gone.
Yeah. Ronaldo's all-round game can't chat to players like Neymar and Messi right now. But Ronaldo's a top goal scorer. But outside of goal scoring, his game, his game ain't on the level.
2011, bro.
But that's what I mean, bro.
I remember that from bro.
He's done amazing to keep the numbers up, but his all-round game ain't been nothing for nearly a decade, fam.
Trust. But what I respect to him, what he done is he basically done what Rooney tried to do on steroids, isn't it? He realized he can't do what he used to do in that situation, and he just made himself an aerial threat on a different level, in it. Do you know what I'm saying? He made himself a beast in a box. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what's made him still put up them numbers. Because the truth is, if he didn't adapt his game, he would have become what? He would have just been
nothing.
He would have just been another top winger. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and even not even top, because the game, do you know what I mean? The way the game is now, you know what I mean? He would have just been one of them players where you just started to see the decline more readily. Do you know what I'm saying? So he adapted his game and he added loads of years onto his game. Do you know what I mean? And he's still a brilliant player. He'll still go down as one of the greatest players ever. his numbers. He's broken so many records. Like he'll be in the record books for the foreseeable future.
Them Ronaldo Avi accounts would definitely beg to differ. We'll say that
even hat tricks and all that. Like, bruv, he's got hat trick records, all these other things. Yeah, but if you actually watch the game, like watch it, forget the numbers. Yeah, you'll see that Ronaldo's all-round game. The last season at United, Ronaldo, the first couple of years at Real Madrid, Ronaldo, that player died a long time ago.
Just,
you know what I'm saying? Like we know that, man. So yeah, big up you guys for watching, man. Make sure you slap the like button. Make sure you slap that like button. And yeah, boy, me and Ricky are here later on, and that's gonna be gold, innit? That's gonna be gold. So
before we even go, what's your thoughts on the FA Cup final? Then what are you saying?
Chelsea.
What, just an easy win?
By any means. Nah, not an easy win. I wouldn't be surprised if Arsenal score the first goal and then Chelsea win. Even if it goes to extra time, I expect Chelsea. I just think, you know what I mean? Like Troy said, cojones, rude boy. I just think that Chelsea.
Who would you prefer to win? Because I'm split.
I never like seeing Arsenal win anything. You know me, bruv. Come on, bruv. Yeah. I love to hate Arsenal, bruv. Yeah. You know them ones there? Like, come on, G. I love to hate Arsenal, bro. I would love for Arsenal to get beaten 4-0, bro. Do you know what I mean? So I could just holler at troops and say, well, go on, my G. Like, someone hollered at me today as well, like, and they were like, oh, I really wanted to get United in the final, like an Arsenal fan. I'm like, why would you want to get us, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? Why do you get us?
That's bro. I remember even at the semi-final draw, people were pissed that they got City instead of Man United. They were like, easy draw. They were like Man United with the easy draw. That's what Arsenal fans are saying. That's what
what, man are unbeaten in like what 14, 15 games, yeah, but you wanted us.
But just because they won that dumb game in January. That dumb game.
Brother, get out of here, man. Do you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying, my guy? So, like, because of that, I just want to see that man get slapped. But either way, regardless of who wins,
the game's gonna be banter, innit? Because whoever loses in the corner, innit?
Like, there you go. And that man finished 8th anyway. So even if they do win, yeah, it's all 8th off, like, you get me? So, like, it is what it is, bro. Like,
they're out of Europe already, innit?
Yeah, bro, they're done out here, fam. That's what I'm saying. I think Chelsea is still in Europe. So it's just one of them ones for me. Like,
Chelsea are 3-0 down to Bayern Munich. So
yeah, they're still in there for now. They're done in it, but they're still in it.
Yeah, they're still
but when I look at the game right now as it stands, I probably see both teams scoring and Chelsea to win. That's what I see. If I was to put money on it, I would probably bet on both teams to score, Chelsea to get the win, just because I feel like they've got more know-how in it than Arsenal at present in the squad in terms of how to just get over the line.
Yeah, and I feel like Lampard's surely going to set up to build a defense around like stopping Aubameyang. And if you stop Aubameyang and Ozil's clearly not going to play because for some dumb reason he's not playing. Like, I can't see the creative aspect of Arsenal being good enough to score 2 or 3 goals against Chelsea, which they're probably going to need to win the game, innit? So we'll see. But we'll see, innit? We'll see. By the way, this is Arsenal's worst ever season if they lose today. Their worst.
Oh, yeah.
That's another fact as well. That's another mad fact. This is their worst ever season if they lose tomorrow, innit? So they need to win that game.
Exactly, guys. Do you know what I mean? So big up for everyone that's watched. Make sure you slap the like if you haven't already. Obviously, follow up Akeem, boy. And yeah, man, like, we'll be back soon anyway. You know what I mean? We're definitely going to need to catch up, yeah, soon after this Arsenal-Chelsea game, because there's going to be some major talking points.
Yeah,
one way or another. You know them ones. Like, I'm going live after the game, probably like an hour after the game with DG and Matisse as well. So we got Chelsea and Arsenal coming on, yeah. So I think the game is 5:30 UK time. So I think we're going to go live about 8:30 because I think the boys need to do their match review. And then we're going to go live about 8:30. Do you know what I mean? So both of them lot can go at it, regardless of what the what the score is.
Whatever happens, it'll be funny, innit?
Whatever happens, you man are going to be able to get onto them, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? So that's going to be interesting, man. So I'm gonna stick to a Chelsea win, boy.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 2-1, innit?
Calm, yeah, sounds about right, man. All right, you lot in a bit.